What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's your leader, spokesman, your motivational speaker, and welcome back to being grateful. Welcome back to having confidence, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to having motivation. Welcome back to stop making excuses in your life. And welcome back to having peace, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you got peace in your life, ladies and gentlemen. Because when you can be at peace, you can take that knot out your stomach, ladies and gentlemen. Because that knot in our stomach causes a lot of pain in our lives, ladies and gentlemen. And when you can be at peace, ladies and gentlemen, with yourself, it doesn't happen overnight. But when you can have peace, ladies and gentlemen, you start to look at things a little different in your life. Things don't upset you as much when you can just be at peace. And when people can see your peace, ladies and gentlemen, but most of all, when you can see it. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. About 5 days ago, this was packed with snow. It was windy, and I'm doing a video, right? I'm out here trying to get it in, right? And my camcorder falls over. It's never happened before, ladies and gentlemen. It has never been that windy, right? But my camcorder falls over. And it breaks off. Look, I had my shade guard. There's a piece that claps onto the lens, right? Just luckily, the grace of God, that I had that on there. And I dove in the snow, to try to catch it. And as I was driving home, ladies and gentlemen, a smile came on my face. And I'm just remembering just how grateful I am to have a camcorder. And even though it fell over, ladies and gentlemen, that's a part of my journey. So a smile came on my face. I'm like, man, I'm just grateful to be a motivational speaker. Picked it up, dusted off a little bit. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back again. That's what I'm talking about. That motivation, ladies and gentlemen. Your leader, spokesman, your motivational speaker, just appreciates you watching my videos, ladies and gentlemen. And, it's a long journey that we've been on. And you know what? This is a marathon. We just got to keep going every day in our lives, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. And on that note, it's motivation time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been said that when you shed a tear, that tears occur as a part of the body's natural pain response. Well, your leader, spokesman, your motivational speaker believes that when it comes to your life, ladies and gentlemen, that tears occur as a natural pain response also. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to your life, when you shed a tear, just know that there are tears of addiction. There are tears of failure. You have tears of giving up. There are tears of, they come from domestic abuse. You have tears for being homeless. But ladies and gentlemen, when you dominate your life like you're supposed to, you begin to dominate your addiction. You begin to dominate your failure. You stop giving up on life. And domestic abuse is not in your vocabulary. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And your tears will cry tears of joy when you provide housing for your family, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Because your tears will love you the most, ladies and gentlemen, when you have tears of joy. We all know about tears of sadness, ladies and gentlemen. But there's also tears of joy. We're in a pandemic. People are dying from the coronavirus, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to keep going. We got to pray for those who are suffering. Ladies and gentlemen, we also got to have tears of joy in our lives. We got to be able to take that knot out of our stomach, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let that knot in your stomach trick you into believing that there's not happiness in your life. Don't let that knot in your stomach convince you that you got to keep domestic abuse in your life. Don't let that knot in your stomach convince you that you got to stay homeless and you can't get help, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let that knot in your stomach make you a hateful person. You got to push through the thick and thin, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get that peace in your life. Work on yourself. It doesn't happen today, ladies and gentlemen. But your leader spokesman, your motivational speaker is here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that when you work on yourself, when you just look in the mirror, look at your reflection and complexion, and just realize who you are, you can be a peaceful person. And we need more peace in the world, ladies and gentlemen. We've all have cried in our lives. The pain that we feel, ladies and gentlemen, the pain that we feel causes us to cry, ladies and gentlemen. But just know this, the happiness that we have in our lives, that causes us to cry too, ladies and gentlemen. It causes us to cry tears of joy. When you look at your kids, ladies and gentlemen, when I look at my grandkids, when I look at my journey, how far I came, ladies and gentlemen. Moved to Minnesota back in 1991 with 50 bucks in my pocket. When I look at my journey, ladies and gentlemen, you got to cry tears of joy. You got to stop giving up on your life, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to dominate our lives. It's time for us to start loving one another. It's time for us to turn our tears of sadness, ladies and gentlemen. It don't happen overnight, but we got to somehow have tears of joy. You know, how we were raised, you know, a lot of us come from poverty. You know, poverty, you know, some of us go to bed hungry. You know, we got to be grateful, ladies and gentlemen. But just want you just to know that there are tears of joy inside your body, ladies and gentlemen. You have too many tears of joy inside your body, ladies and gentlemen, to be a quitter. You have way too many tears of joy inside of you, ladies and gentlemen. Just work on yourself, one step at a time. That's what I'm talking about. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Last but not least, stop thinking that you're pathetic because you're not pathetic, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let the world convince you that you're a pathetic person. Because when you feel like you're a pathetic person, ladies and gentlemen, then you start to think that you don't have tears of joy. Stop letting the world convince you, ladies and gentlemen, that you're pathetic because you're not pathetic. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your leader, Roseman, your motivational speaker, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be up this morning. It's an honor and a pleasure to be talking about tears of joy. And most of all, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and a pleasure to have peace. That's what I'm talking about. Peace, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you next week. One love.